without like a noise sort of backing or me doing noise behind people doing poetry in a while, but like, I don't know, next month is the 3-year anniversary of me starting to do poetry in the area. So it's kind of poignant, but I'll be doing a lot of new stuff and then some things you might have heard. So we'll just start off. This one is called This Is a Test. I think I've figured out how to scream. It took 22 years, but I feel it in the way my feelings keep falling out from grinding down my teeth at home, in sleep, wherever I may be. I do not eat meat anymore. I use my molars to grind the discussions too rough to swallow. I get choked so easily by what I need. Now paper is a void blank until I run rampant from a world that indulges in the shrieks of being alive. I have always been here. I've always been here. Paper comes from trees, from a forest, so between the haikus and the plays and the poems, my screams have always reached the forest somehow. That was that poem. Okay, so I'm putting out a chapbook soon. I fucked up the formatting, so I don't have any like here, but it's called I Treat Others the Way I Wish I Could Treat Myself. And if you want to flip through it, just like ask me. But I'm going to read a poem out of here, and it is called Please Don't Drop Me Home, which is from a Smith song, because that's my favorite band.
Yeah, girl!
So please don't drop me home. 1. I am lake water in your mouth, dirty and warm and natural. I've bathed a skin or two in my lifetime. You quietly dry my fear. I was once so terrified of you. Tell me, how do you settle? How do I wade within you without being pulled under? 2. You told me we could exist here. There's nothing for us except myths in the stars, our soaked skin words. I am petrified. I hold your hand as I recount constellations I once knew. 3, please. We must go everywhere. All corners of the earth call for us. This poem is called Androgyny. It's about androgyny.
Yeah!
Man and woman are lazy words. I discover the more Father Time crafts the sands of years of steel, takes the scythe to my scalp, the more Mother Nature paints my full lips red with the anxious blush of lust, my cheeks with eager, nervous flush of my body in the mirror, seeing Adam, Eve, everything in between. My hips sway like my prize fighter's left hook swings like I swing. A queer pendulum in the spectrum, I am the slight tip of the scale, eyes of doe, hands like the hunter that kills them. I have never been an anatomy, but an enigma. Look into my lower eye, my thighs are 2 aircrafts in full descent, crushing your sinuses, crushing your skull, synapses pop and burst in your ears. The Bermuda Triangle is my 4-bedroom walls. You expect to be lost, destroyed, fair. I am not man. I am not woman. I am total, absolute chaos. This is a call and response piece. It's kind of like a prosatry sort of thing. The first part I wrote in June of 2014, and then I rediscovered it in the June of 2015, so I wrote a response. So this is called Death in June, because shout out to that band. Except for Boyd Rice, he's a fascist. Alright, so Death in June. June 18th, 2014. I told my mother I've been waiting for rain, and like any inkling I let it splash across my day's page and take it full to the brim, because the outside pavement is moist with weather and my apartment dimmed like it always does in the moments between sunset and rain. And on the 3rd day, of course, it rained somewhere other than my face, because I've been sleeping so harshly the last 2 days, and I sleep like I cry, like an infant that's lost its mother in the same room, or a toy at night right at its feet, right out of reach. And tomorrow you leave for unseen lands and I stay in the same place, and now I get to imagine without you. And like any important thing, my heart pounds against my chest at the thought, and you will come back, and then I will come back, and then you will leave, and then I will leave, and you will come back, and I will come back, and the time will come when we are in the same place at the same time, and we will recount the memories the other did not see, and the stories we tell fall off of our lips the same way the rain is off mine now, off the balcony where I still keep the same box full of empty beer cans we drank that November night you told me you wanted to visit Sweden one day, and I refused to kiss you, but I held you so tightly as if the night would try to steal you away from me, but that maybe my arms would shield you from the bad memories, and my arms had no tattoos then, but 2 tattoos, and many storms later, I've fallen in love with your complexities and the way you told me that the way you shattered when I told you it would be okay. June 22nd, 2015. It rained last week, the same day I wrote that message to myself, because the weather knows the ins and outs of the string that binds us, that sometimes wraps our fingertips too tight. There's too much blood rushing into my hands when I ask you how you are through a screen, and I've been sitting upside down on my wall again, trying to get it to flow to my heart, trying to make my head stop doing all the work, and I flip my bodies like I try to flip my realities. You told me that last year was the lowest point in your life, and I didn't know what to feel, and I missed the way I felt myself melt when you pointed out the cracks in my nail polish and the smell of dinner on your stove. I haven't done dishes in weeks. I take pills to save money, and you are unemployed, and the way noise runs fault lines through my brain, all static and sonic booms, and the overcast of the buildings that loom in my bedroom window. I am not sure if you are in love, but you are swooning, and I am swooning for so many things all of the time, and now I'm not open. I am terrified. I tell our friends I am not in love with you anymore, but it's the same principle for when I said I didn't like emo when I got into John Cage. I am still screaming those lyrics in my car alone, and I am still reaching for your ribcage, and the dark skin nestled tight and soft against the moisture from the human southern summer layers our affection. I am still navigating the meaning of not wanting anything in return from someone that carries a piece of my soul with them for the rest of their lives.
Yes.
Thank you. This is my last poem, and for this I'm going to call to the stage Caitlyn, Pryor, Chelsea Beeson, and Sarah Ruth. So we're not even going to use a mic for this. We're going to... So, yeah, this is the last poem. And, so, I'm not going to use a mic. This poem, this poem is called The Grieving Process. Your hair is getting long.
Are you eating?
Are you sleeping? Your hair is getting long.
Have you heard from her lately?
Do you want to go for a drink?
Your hair is getting long. I saw her the other day and she looks well.
I said hi to her in passing.
Her hair is getting long.
I borrowed money from her and I felt bad.
She says she's been busy lately.
Her hair is getting long.
How is that girl?
I'm worried about you.
Your hair is getting long.
Are you worried about her?
Do you want to go to a party?
Your hair is getting long.
Her hair is getting long.
She's keeping busy.
You're keeping busy.
Long hair.
keeping busy. Women, men,
Awake.
asleep, dreaming. I have fallen in love with letting go, and like any release, the hand is still reaching. You don't drop your pose so easily. My fingers reach and reach and reach. I gesture to her with my eyes and cast them down like each milestone, grown into a pool of memories. Her steps ripple in this coffee shop and connect to me. They wash over my toes, but they wet my socks, and the feeling is strange and sick and cold. I like to believe in mutuality. I like to believe that words are living, breathing things. They become the truth when they slip through my teeth, sit on my shoulders, watching me. Which is why I wish it didn't have to be this way. It's just as intense as it's over. And I say them in the same way. The feeling of finality casts my face in time's plaster, which is why my smile is always crooked when she enters the frame. But you don't cast eyes, and the theme changes each time. The more I realize that dead love still means it was once alive. I am convinced there is a reason. Relief and grief end with the same three letters. I enter finally the truth. I ease freely into a new kind of love. I erase future harm. I eagerly flee. I eliminate fright. IEF. 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 Thinking. Thank you.